guy from the Netflix show.
Hey, welcome again to the...
I like this movie, and
what do we call this? Absolute Shenema, sometimes some enemas movie review. This is another edition, and we watched another movie, believe it or not. It took us 2 more weeks to finish it. And
Sorry,
this was suggested by Dabney Dumpney. And Dabney, Dabster.
Okay.
What do you like about this movie? Why'd you suggest it? It was interesting.
This has actually been I saw this movie in the theaters.
Yes, the title is Defending Your Life. We got to be proper.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're right. Defending Your Life. The very brief description on IMDb says, in an afterlife way station resembling a major city, the lives of the recently deceased are examined in a court-like setting, which is a very lame and limited description, but I assume our conversation will expand upon that. I saw this movie in 1991 when it first came out, and I've been a big fan of it ever since then. First of all, I think that Albert Brooks is just one of the funniest people alive. I highly recommend his other films as a writer-director. But this one in particular has always stuck with me because it's one of those interesting comedies, where somebody's genuinely trying to work out, an idea, a feeling about their life. It's genuinely examining how he feels about life. I have often found myself thinking about, as I ponder my own development as a human being, I sometimes put myself through a defending your life trial. And so it manages to be thoughtful and interesting while also being hysterically funny. It's got one of the great performances from Rip Torn as his,
he was awesome.
his lawyer.
He's cool.
Funny as hell.
I love listening to him deliver lines. Yeah.
Meryl Streep, who has not done a lot of comedies, just, knocks it out of the park with this one. You may have heard of her. She does it without doing an accent.
Yeah, she was pretty charming in this movie. Otherwise,
it's just every piece of the movie it just works on every level for me. The jokes are great. The pacing's great.
Yeah.
Just
the idea is built upon is really solid. Everyone wants to know what happens when you die, how you'll be judged, and if there is anything after that. And he kind of, the word of today is like neurosis, brought to you by Mr. Brooks, and he just throws all of his insecurities and his worries out there, and then he uses Meryl Streep's charm to kind of balance him out. And he did a great way of showing what he, what could happen when we pass and the possibilities. And it was done through like a business review / trial. You got to defend yourself.
It was very 90s coded, very 80s and 90s coded, man. Like,
yep.
Like a lot of afterlife style evangelical kind of belief, weirdness. That was the sort of vision that I remember them having roughly around that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I do like, because it is a vision of, that idea that, that we, of the afterlife being a place where we're judged, but it's not judged based on, how strong was your faith or even necessarily how good a person are you. It's, did you progress as a human being? Did you, at the end of the day, were you better than you started? And fears is, just one way to kind of conceive of that, but it's actually a kind of interesting, the explanation that Rip Torn gives about that, about, how your fears can just, so hold you back in your life, and the idea of, trying to
that's how they judged you, like how you handled fear throughout your life.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a zero
sum
of your... It wasn't really like a zero sum of your actions, like were you positive, negative. It's how you handled yourself during fear and how you either help spread fear or stifle it. It really focused in on that one component in the trial. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So many
like
traps.
during the trial, like in between the trial, you're just in some kind of purgatory that face value is awesome, but I think if he had more time, you would start to see it kind of erode and be the, the double-edged sword that we know Purgatory to be. But he showed a lot of cool visuals of, or like, okay, so you mentioned the food, right? You can have anything you want. It's going to be the best thing ever, and you'll never get full. Does that mean you're never satisfied? Like you're always hungry? So
you like shrimp?
Yeah, like Groundhog Day. Like I'm tired of like, yeah.
Is that high in cholesterol? I don't know what that means.
Do you like broccoli? Do you like broccoli with a lot of cheese? He just like shoves it, like eat it, drink it.
It's just full of great little bits like that.
Yeah,
just
it was charming, and dude, the score, like the music.
I love the music in it.
Yeah, it was really professional, and he has had a great orchestra, and just the wonderment, and like the how they introduced when he first arrived in the place. It was just like elves getting ready for Christmas kind of feeling. Yes. Like, oh, we're here. It's time to organize. Like more people. So.
And just to be clear, even in 1991, it would be corny to die while listening to Barbra Streisand.
Yeah.
She must have had a sense of humor
though.
about herself on that.
Yeah.
Because he was jamming out way too much.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a. Well, I mean, and the whole part of it, like before that, they're very, very like wealth coded. It's all very much like, hey, did you see what car this guy got? Hey, what are you doing for your vacation? Hey, what about this money? Hey, what about that? It's very like money is a weirdly. The compact disc.
Right, anxiety about success, how important it is. By the way, it's kind of a nice little. If you've ever seen Lost in America, which he made prior to that movie. It also has this whole thing about, in that case, the main characters, was planning on buying a Mercedes, and there's a whole thing about the leathers. Is it with the leather? Well, of course it's got to have the leather.
Your specialist vehicle is now
so there's a linear thought process that goes through about, and that was in '85. That one.
Yeah.
About
well, I also played on a lot of his anxieties. Like,
yeah.
You only use 3% of your brain. You are a dum-dum. He's like, oh,
that's
I
right.
knew
Little
it.
brains.
The little brains.
Yeah. I'm a big brain. Let me put it in terms you'll understand.
One of my favorites.
Sorry, TK, what were you saying earlier?
Just said hi to Woody.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Yeah, Woody,
Hey,
welcome.
Woody.
You jump in. We'll get everybody in here, tagging along. The Rift Horn was a great. Right away, he fit behind that desk. He fit as the device to explain to Miller, the main character, what's going on, and also to the audience what's going on. The exposition. But yeah,
just one of the funniest performances, though.
But
also.
it was also the precursor to his role as Zed in Men in Black. Like, he's behind that desk. He knows all the supernatural shit that's going on, and he'll tell it to you straight. Like, it really reminded me of his role in that movie. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He delivers lines in a way you just want to trust him.
He's like, you're curious. I like that.
Yeah, avoiding the question.
Oh, yeah. Well, he late in life, he got, like, arrested to break into a house or something. It's a bit of a...
I still trust the guy. I would help him.
Bit of a wild man. Yeah.
I would lie for him.
Yeah.
That's my idol.
But that's just one of my favorite performances in a comedy is him as Bob Diamond. That's right. Yeah, Meryl is just, incredible in this to me. I think, she's obviously a wonderful actress, but
yeah,
if you've seen her on, she just, she she just kind of has to have this incandescent quality to make his neuroses, counterpoint, and it just works really well. She's just so at ease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's more carefree. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
carefree but confident.
Yeah.
Something that he's not. both of those.
I mean, a good example of that was the each of the courtrooms, if you will, the examination rooms or whatever, where his was full of, like, even the tone, if you listened to, like, the way that everyone was speaking to each of them respectively. Like, Meryl Streep's people were like, oh, it's so good to see this part of your life. Let's go have a look. And Albert Brooks is just like, all right, so on the 11th of October 1984, you did some pretty awful stuff. Well, you ran away from a bully, and here's what, you know what I mean? Like, they start really kind of, they turn the light on him and, like, interrogate him. And it's a very different tone in how the world is treating both of them, too, which I find kind of amusing.
But even more subtly, the sound of the chair rotating, his chair makes this, like, and hers makes this really pleasant, like, it's a subtle thing,
but it's also it's probably not
different
that
chair sound effects.
and it's one of those things where it's probably not that loud, but he notices it and it's his, so it's just amplified through his, like, perception.
Just giving her the nicer hotel. It's just. It is. It's just.
Well, he had, like, lived, like, what, 100 times, and she had only lived, like, a few, and she's already awesome. Yeah.
He was on.
I don't remember if they said how many times she lived. They do say he lived.
What was that, Woody?
I don't think they say.
Woody?
Bob Diamond.
I think it was 6 or 8 that they said that he had lived.
Yeah.
They showed a few. One of the Easter eggs was
Prince Valiant and his lunch.
Another Easter egg was they showed a photo of, I guess it was a woman philosopher who kind of pioneered the idea of reincarnation, and they showed her. They were gonna write more and, like, give her lines, but they just showed a photo.
Yeah, she was, like, past life stuff. She was the one at the Hall of Records or whatever, right?
She's the host of the Past Lives Pavilion. She's the one who the little hologram person. Yes, and in 1991, that was a really funny joke because, at the time, and
that's what she was like.
First of all, she's a brilliant actress, but yes, she had become well known for her talking about past lives and a lot of kind of new agey stuff.
Just throw her in there.
Yeah, so it was a cute little, meta joke to have her be the host of the Past Lives Pavilion.
His version of a futuristic, nothing wrong purgatory still looked pretty dated. Like, they went back in time to, like, a 1950s ice cream shop. And then they were just living the good life.
Yeah, well, it's also it's also Judgment City that covers the western half of the United States, and
did they specify that it's only that western half? Oh, okay. So there's other cities for Judgment and.
When they're first on the tram, she explains this tram covers the western half of the United States. Specifically, there are other Judgment Cities. It does not address the fact that 90+% of the people there are white people. In the 90s, they didn't feel compelled to.
Represent everyone
to keep that element of it realistic. I think it wasn't important to him, so he just didn't bother.
Yeah.
If you did it today, there would be people pointing out, if this is supposed to include California, it would be much more multi-ethnic.
There were so many.
Maybe that's how they can produce any meal you want. They know you're not going to get too ethnic.
so many old white people who looked like they were in like an opium daze. Like they were just gone. There was no lights on in that entire tram except for the person giving the tour. One of the things I wanted to point out, actually, one of the things that really caught my attention in this is that it's very Western, Western U.S. coded, right? But reincarnation comes up, and then, like, in most of the Western air quotes afterlives, reincarnation is not a fucking thing,
Right.
Right. So this is
it's Hinduism, Jainism, and it's more
like a Buddhist.
Yeah,
it's
Buddhist.
A Buddhist, like, you're trying to achieve nirvana or whatever. You have to keep coming back until you get that.
I don't think it's nirvana per se. I think it's more similar to Jainism, where you're seeking to become a whole person.
Centered.
Yeah.
Become an egg, man.
Be the egg, bro.
I am an egg.
Well, I mean, we are the universe realizing itself, and the more that the universe levels that up, the better we are, right? So it's this kind
And maybe one step closer
because
because of Alan Brick's films and his idea.
Bob Eisen. And his father was also a famous entertainer. Park Your Carcass. Yeah. That was his dad.
That was his name, Park Your Carcass? Nice.
That was his character, who he used to know as. Yeah. Park Your Carcass. He was a, yeah, the idea was he was a, it was a character he did, essentially, and right, it went back to kind of vaudeville. His mother had been a dancer who did a couple of movies. But his, to throw a little just drama to it, the story of his father's death, I don't know if any of you have heard, but he was a famous comedian, and he participated in a friar's roast. And he was, he got up and he did his routine.
You mean?
And he killed that night, and then he went back to his chair on the dais, and he died right there on the dais.
Oh, really? He sat down and died?
Yeah, he sat down.
Was this recorded, like, on video? Because I seem to recall seeing a
it
video
was
of that sort of...
Wow, that's...
Yeah, Faces of Death.
It was being
They
filmed.
did have YouTube there filming.
I believe you can see that there. I believe there is footage of him somewhere of his actual routine.
Wow,
yeah.
that's
I
like
remember
a
hearing that
murder-suicide,
story.
kill on stage and die in the chair. Sorry, pal. What's up?
I think Conan O'Brien. No. Conan O'Brien talked about it. No. Okay, yeah. No, because I remember it being funny. So it had,
Conan
had to be
interviewed
some.
Bob about it. Bob Einstein.
Yes.
And he told that story. And he was like, oh, I got this story. I got it, and he's like, this is my great dad's story. And he demanded better attention. But yeah, Harry Einstein, known as Park Your Carcass, was his thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was elated and sat down and didn't have any pain, I hope. He went to Judgment City after that.
His kids were still fairly young at the time.
Yeah.
So he died, he was in his 50s when he died.
Yeah.
But he'd been very successful.
That's eerie, and that kind of segues into what I wanted to say about Judgment City and everyone's demeanor there. It was so eerie to me how everyone's just like so accepting that they're dead. Like, oh, hey, yeah. Oh, I was driving, dead. Yeah, how about you? Yeah, cool. Like, that old lady missed her dog more than people missed her life. Julia missed the Sizzlers more than people missed their family. Like,
yes.
It was...
I mean, yeah.
I mean, when she mentioned it, she kind of sighed and had a moment like, I'll never walk in that parking lot and sit in that table and eat that food again. Like, sorry. I would have Yeah, yeah, and it kind of just brushes over it, so you don't
that as well.
you don't have to explain it. And
Right.
I get
But they do mention it, that because Julia talks about how she's not like stressed about her kids because she misses them, but it's not upsetting to her. And she says they do that so we can just focus on our
it was mentioned.
So
They carried on.
It's done. It's just it's something that they do. Because otherwise the movie would be thrown off because it would just be because
just mourning,
different tonal, completely
just
different tone.
levels of grief.
If the whole point of her character is she's this incredibly wonderful, loving person, she would just be curled in a ball about her worried about her children the whole time,
true.
and it wouldn't be much of a movie. That's right. I was pissed. I died pissed.
Yeah.
I do
pissed.
relate to that.
I
can
do?
imagine being pissed. God damn it! Of all the
I should have picked up that extension cord.
All the stupid ways to go, exactly. Right. I mean, and that was, I think, almost all the stories were like that if they weren't old people, right? Because that was kind of the fun of the movie was, well, what imaginative way did this guy cack it?
Yeah. Yeah, they covered kids, like kids get a free pass, just try again. And, his whole idea of death and purgatory in life, it's like, it's really not stressful because it's like an infinite life glitch. Like, just keep trying until you get it. Like, just reset. Get in there again. Remember, you're judging how you handle this fear. Let's continue. I like that small talk he had about Minnie Mouse. What's up, Debbie?
No, I was just to say I like that. I kind of like the idea that that's your judgment is. Did you conquer your fears or somehow? Again, the idea it's more about, to me, evolution. Did you evolve? Did you become a better version of yourself?
How you behave in this moment defines who you are, kind of thing. And
right. Well, like when they would say, he had this terrible experience, but did he go back and did he try again? And there's something nice in it because some of the experiences he had, I personally found very relatable. Like I was telling my daughter, because we watched it together, I said, when I was in college, I had to give a oral report, and I had terrible stage fright at the time, and I was shaking so badly. My hands were shaking. I had to put my notes down. Fortunately, there was a desk. I had to put my notes down because I couldn't hold them. And, years later, I became a teacher. I was a teacher for a while, and so I would have to speak in front of a class, and I got comfortable with it. And I would think sometimes about, like this movie, or when I'm watching it again, it's like, oh, hey, I stepped up, I leveled up on that. And that's kind of, it made me feel good about myself, thinking about the fact that, hey, I actually did, level up on something. And
what they don't explain is they're combing the population for strong warriors for the Heaven War.
For the Heaven War.
You proved yourself to enter heaven. Souls. Now go fight. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, if we're going to get to it, great movie. I think this is a great movie for discussion because as much good things as we can say about the movie, I can say terrible things of how they ended it and how much of a cop-out it was. Because, after all that talk of fear and, things are permanent, he decides to go after true love. And it's like that airport scene at the end of the movie. It's like, oh, don't take off. Wait, I'm running towards you on the tarmac. Right. And so, they're split up in between buses. He has to travel from moving bus to movie bus to get to her. And it basically proves that he can handle fear. And I'm thinking, this is a really good test to see if you're fearless, depending on how fearless you can be in purgatory. Like, he's not going to get hurt. Like, this shouldn't be scary. Like, he's just having fun. Like, it was kind of a way to kind of like just wrap it up on a love interest angle instead of the whole philosophy that they built around Judgment City. But you know, movies have to end, and it was it flowed well and it wrapped up. Yeah, but kind of selfish though, and like he didn't really. It wasn't really a moment of conquering fear. Like what happened if he fell off? He's not gonna get hurt. He's not gonna die.
I did wonder if he got hit by a. I did wonder if he got hit by a bus, if he would like splatter or not.
He'll go in super purgatory.
He just.
Right. Which they do point out earlier in the movie is very dangerous.
Are they trolleys in heaven? Is that what it is? Electric trolleys?
They're surrounded with some sort of electric field, they say earlier in the movie.
Okay, so there is pain. I get
really,
that.
So, I mean, he's, like, his fear isn't just, like, fear of, like, dying or anything like that. It's fear of being rejected or committed, you know, in like a loving relationship.
They did hammer that home.
Fear of vulnerability, sure.
Yeah, exactly that.
I mean, it just you're not wrong that, you know, they kind of do a kind of a quick wrap up of him.
Yeah, they pivot
very quickly evolving. But it would be a pretty fucking bleak movie if it ended with him being born again in the kid's body and while she's off in fucking heaven somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, that just
if they had a little bit more time, they could have done.
That's my question. Like, what's the promotion? Is like, do they just become a worker in the Judgment Town or something? Because
they go to heaven, they say, or they go to
they go to the universe.
They go on and they get smarter, and presumably some of them will have the opportunity to come.
You
back,
ascend to super heaven.
So, along with what Smurf was saying, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was very clever. I thought it was very clever handling of the afterlife. I thought it was pretty well written. If I can be a hater for a little bit, I feel like there wasn't like really a ton of chemistry between the romantic couple. You know, I felt like that ending was kind of unearned. You know what I mean? Because
they just seemed like they enjoyed each other's company, and it wasn't really love.
But it was very nonchalant and stuff. And and also like if I'm gonna let me be cynical again. I feel like whatever. I'm not gonna say that part of it. It's just like parts of it were weird to me, like the whole like using certain percentages of your brain, because that's like I don't know. It's weird that they focus on intelligence. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but it seemed like it originated from Brooks's own
when you're
insecurities,
about, like courage and like emotional strength and stuff. I don't really feel like that comes from the brain necessarily.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
It comes from your intestines.
Comes from your will.
My body. But yeah, it was pretty good. I just felt like they didn't have I felt like the only reason they ended up together is because the plot needed them to be together.
Yeah, they had to end the movie. So if you watch Lost builds a great, like, despite their writing shortcomings, they build a great sci-fi world and idea, but they end the show on a religious note. Like, just forget everything you saw. Like, this was just all like a religious thing, and your friends and family are here, and you know, no need to solve the mysteries. It was just all like a test and purgatory and religion, you know. So stuff has to end. Sometimes they cop out, but the journey's fun.
Pretty sure that that's a whole other conversation about Lost.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you could certainly question some of those things. I mean, at the end of the day, obviously, it's a rom-com. It's got a, you know,
it's a good date movie.
It requires us to accept the idea that these people somehow have this, instant chemistry and, you know, get along. I mean, rom-coms are built on the idea that the people that shouldn't get along somehow do get along, or You know, it's not like you know.
They have
you've
a
got
shared
Mel where
drama
he's
that brings them
stalking
together,
her, being
despite their
creepy.
differences.
I mean,
True, but like,
it's such a
easier
delightful
with-
movie that's built on the fact that he lies and manipulates her for the last half of the movie. And my point is just that, you know, these are the suspensions that
Gotten. Have you ever caught a woman before?
with science fiction, we have to suspend disbelief that, you know, of the technology, or, you know, with superheroes, we have to suspend disbelief that people can fly. And with rom-coms, we have to suspend disbelief that these people might actually be perfect for each other. And so in that sense,
I think it's great how all relationship differences can be solved in like an hour and a half. It really brings hope.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You want everything to be a fucking 5 seasons on Netflix?
Yeah, no. Good point.
I want things to wrap up in
yeah, you're right.
in 2 hours or less.
And, you know, it was all forgiven by the score. The score made it feel like it was supposed to happen. It was a fairy tale. And
it is so good a score.
Yeah. And his comments were funny. They all had funny lines. I really like this movie. I think what turned me off throughout my life from seeing it is the cover, because it looks like a really like cheesy romance movie, like the movie poster. But then there's this alternate movie poster where they're standing next to a TV with like, you know, "Welcome to Judgment Day," and it makes the movie seem like it's entitled Judgment Day instead of Defending Your Life. Like, it's a horrible movie cover, but. Yeah, like it turns people on or off. Like at first glance, it's the first impression.
I'm pulling it up now. The poster.
There's one where they're like holding. They're like it's like a blue background.
Billboard for Judgment City, and it's the two of them.
Yeah, Judgment City, and it looks like the movie is called Judgment City. It's a terrible design.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's not a great poster.
But the other one
and their outfits, which work really well for the movie, don't really jump out for a poster.
Yeah.
What are they, Koopas, are they called?
I forget the name, but yeah, they're just all white. It's like a white get up with a white girdle over it.
Yeah. But again, nice little subtle touch. They're wearing the same outfit, but his is always zipped all the way up, and hers is always zipped all the way down. You know, just... I just feel like they nailed a lot of the little touches to make it work.
I didn't really get the gasp he got when you said his trial was 9 days, but then I thought I was like, oh, that just means, you know, he has that much baggage to go through, and that's also that many days the dragon can like prove him guilty, you know, and so her trial was 5, right? And that's because she's pretty easy peasy. Like, oh, good trial. Like, you don't have to atone for too much.
Yeah, it was just very straightforward. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, she was pretty open and shut. I like that running gag. 9.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go get you 9 pies. I liked Buck Henry as
you'll take them. You eat them now.
Villain lawyer. Buck Henry as the substitute lawyer.
Oh yeah,
he's always fucking funny as hell.
The no help lawyer.
The no help lawyer.
We tried.
No fucks to give whatsoever.
He's like, and they're like, oh, he's very good. It's like he just didn't have anything to add.
If you guys were in Judgment City and you just wanted to eat, like, how would you test it? Like, if they told you can have anything instantly, it would be the greatest thing. What would be the first thing you ordered? Just all the seafood recipes on a tray. Yeah,
I would just want buffets one after the other, just so I could have a lot of different things all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's available. Yeah. I think my first plate would be
a
sushi.
Cruise ship buffet, but where everything was really, really good. that would be close to heaven.
Yeah, the quality and quantity.
Exactly. But if they could have the same variety and quantity and just bring the quality up, sounds amazing. It's funny that, the idea that, they supposedly have this expanded consciousness, but the comedy is so bad. And the guy still manages to be so stupid, petty, and small-minded who's doing the jokes.
Yeah.
That's right, he made her laugh.
Yeah. And he was better than the guy on stage, and she'd rather be entertained by him than the guy on stage.
And for some reason, when he says "on stage like you," I just always find that to be just one of the funniest things.
On stage like you, I died on stage.
That joke. I just love that joke.
Yeah.
I think that's a hell of a
Well,
joke.
you think it was now that I heard about his dad? Do you think it's a little nod to his dad? Well, actually, dying on stage, shit. I mean, that's a crazy story to hear about his dad. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say because, obviously a lot of neurotic people get preoccupied with mortality and death. So whether he was preoccupied, whether he had those thoughts because of his dad's untimely death, or whether, Woody Allen had obviously.
Yeah, even without learning about his dad, I thought this movie was a bit of a catharsis for Brooks to kind of like.
But yeah, if you haven't seen the Defending My Life documentary,
oh yeah, Woody, you just watched that?
I didn't watch the whole thing. Like, I thought this movie was on HBO, and I looked it up, and that one popped up, and I started watching it. And I was like, talking my wife into watching it with me. And we got like about 5 minutes in, and she's like, "Is this a documentary?" And I was like, "I think so." And she's like,
yes.
"No, immediate no."
But it gives you a bit of a glimpse of the kind of some of his comedy, even well before he started directing movies. Is the reason I mention it, because like what Lou was saying about like when he would go on Carson and some of the kind of really kind of crazy things he would do. It's also really sad because it's directed by his good friend Rob Reiner, and the documentary is framed around the two of them having a conversation and basically Rob interviewing him, and that makes it kind of poignant.
Yeah, that's pretty current as well.
Yeah,
Plow broke that news to us Sunday.
I know it was happening in real time.
Yeah,
it's awful.
It's okay, Plow. You'll atone to your sins. So, real quick, Woody, what would your first plate be if you ordered from Judgment City?
I mean, the buffet sounds good. I might do some like barbecue from South Carolina because I can never get it up here.
Yeah,
I think that would probably be it.
Fall off the boat.
Yeah.
Plow, what about you? Your first plate?
Ooh. Probably,
like you can have everything in it.
Benedict, right? Yeah, that's the thing. First thing I would like to try, eggs Benedict.
Yeah, because you can try everything eventually, but your first plate, you're like, let me get those eggs Benedict.
I feel like Plow gets this kind of spread on the regular anyway. Right?
Yeah, right. And hold on, and the pizza. Just want to try it,
See how that's like that one band when they had the set list, and if the people organizing the show left the green M&Ms in the bowl, he knew they didn't take it seriously. So if you give Plow a fucked up pizza, you don't take your kitchen seriously.
Well, no. It's my theory. I love buffets because it's going to be an all-you-can-eat thing, right? But I love buffets, because they always have some type of pizza on there, and it doesn't matter the genre of the buffet. There's going to be pizza on the bar, like on it. And so, just out of morbid curiosity, I love getting the pizza, like one slice, and just determining the quality of the place.
But there's no such thing as good buffet pizza.
Oh yes, there is, my friend. There are.
gonna agree to disagree.
Well,
Have you had CC's, sir?
yeah. Have you had CC's? Sir, they are the pizza buffet place. No, around here they have like really good Italian place, like mom and pop Italian places will do pizza buffets for like lunch.
Okay. But
Yeah.
like if you're at like a buffet, a general buffet, and they have pizza on the buffet.
Well, first
That's
of all, if I'm at a buffet,
No way.
the food sucks no matter what, right?
I mean, unfortunately,
It's-
that is. There are exceptions. I've
Yeah.
been to a few good buffets.
Yeah, I mean Vegas has some like really good ones. And
Vegas
stuff like
has
that.
some good ones.
But
Twisted Fork.
yeah,
Well, I think the key is the Judgment City. If you did want Eggs Benedict, you would actually order the Eggs Benedict good guy, just so you can kind of curve their perception in any way,
Yeah.
in case they're watching. You don't want to say you've been addicted in any capacity.
You like a pasta?
Goose, well, what would your meal be? Your first plate, Judgment City buffet.
Probably my mother's lasagna.
They got that. They can pull that off. Hey, you know what? I want Goose's mom's lasagna too. I take mine back.
You should.
What about
It's
your
good.
I
mom's
also
pizza?
choose Goose's mom's lasagna.
But, you know. There
Really?
it is.
That's what you would go? Yeah.
See, and I was gonna pick my mom. I was gonna pick my mom's beef stroganoff. So good call,
Stroganoff. There you go.
Goose. Yeah.
I was gonna say my mom's
I know.
Benedict. You don't know
my
her. She's
mom's
Benedict.
egg Benedict. She was a pro at it. That's the bar high.
I would definitely go with some high quality juicy sushi. Yeah, sushi time.
Oh, the Judgment City sushi bar did look good.
Yeah. I if it's sushi anything, I'd be happy, just like Louis.
Oh, 9 days!
I could do 9 pies. What did they say when he was going out? Like, I don't know. They called out. They repeated something funny. I would have to go back and watch it. Well, cool. Yeah. Anybody got anything else to say, or you want to compliment Meryl Streep again? Floor's open.
I would like just to recommend some other Albert Brooks movies. If you did enjoy this, if you didn't, I wouldn't bother. But if you did, he did a movie called Mother, which he says is pretty much a good summary of his relationship with his mother. With Debbie Reynolds playing his mom. He did a movie called Lost in America with Julie Haggerty from Airplane. That is funny as hell. I think I've mentioned before Real Life, which was his riffing on the first reality TV, and Modern Romance. All great pieces of work. All really funny. And also, if you haven't seen it, his appearance on Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he plays himself.
Yeah, he has some good cameos. He plays the dad.
Forces everybody to show up for. He decides to throw himself a living funeral, so he can get everyone to say nice things about him while he's still alive and can hear.
Hey, he throws it himself.
He does,
all right.
yes.
Albert Brooks.
And it's a very good movie. Holy shit, yeah.
The Goose.
Here.
Hey, what's next? What's next time?
All right. Well, I will announce it at the end of this in case people want to watch it and tune in. So it's my pick. It's going to be Kiss Kiss Bang Bang
Nice.
with Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. Rest in peace. I remember I've seen it years ago. Back when bootlegs were a thing, and you can actually buy the printed out case that they made from their mom's computer, and it's like burned to a CD. But yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang supposed to be a comedy drama, buddy cop, but a bit unorthodox. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the beginning is Christmas related, so maybe it's going to be semi.
It's a Shane Black,
appropriate.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
He wrote Lethal Weapon. He directed and wrote Iron Man 3. I don't think he wrote Predator, but he's actually in it.
Okay.
You're right. I'm sorry. He worked on the script.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact detail. Yes, but he acts in it too. He's one of the.
Yeah. Well, I just really love the dry comedy, and it is action, and they really don't have a boring part, and yeah, I don't know, it's got some rough edges to it, so we should check it out.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Same. I probably rewatched it 8 years ago, but I'll watch it a third time.
I think all of his movies take place at Christmas.
Yeah, this one was, I think, like the cold open is at Christmas, and then the movie's just throughout the year trying to solve a mystery. But
he just for whatever reason likes to put things. Yeah, I mean, even Iron Man 3 takes place at Christmas.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie. It's got a Christmas
I've never
tree.
seen The Last Boy Scout, so I don't actually
Life's a bitch, then you die.
And Merry Christmas. That's how it goes. Oh, yeah. So our next discussion is going to be like, I think on the 2nd. So if someone's out of town or doing something, we can always reschedule, but just let me know. But all right, I'll turn off the stream. Everybody.
All right, later, boys.
Later.
Thanks, Murph.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.